sogno. Tanti auguri, zio. Ho dedicato la mia vita ai momenti più felici, ad inseguire un sogno, il mio sogno. Tante volte mi ha deluso, non importa, io ci credo e vivo il mio sogno. Fare il grande amore, fare l'unica solo.
We're watching the Staten Island Soccer Report with John. Let's go get him.
All right, welcome everyone to a brand new edition of the Staten Island Soccer Report, coming to you live tonight from the studios of CTV. All right, we're not coming to you from the studios, but let me do some work here. We are coming to you with a brand new show, 177 shows, unbelievable. Anyway, let's get right into it. As you know, we're going to play the national anthem. I do it on every show, so let's do that, and we'll be back shortly. All right, we're back. An excellent rendition of the national anthem. Listen, as long as I'm doing the show, the anthem's going to be played on the show. So, all right, we're in September. Let's get right into it. Youth soccer's back in action. I mean, probably really never, was out of action because, you got to try and get as much touches as you can throughout the summer with camps or just even on your own, right? Just got to keep touching that ball, stay sharp. You want to continue to stay sharp, right? You never really want to take a extended time off. I mean, that's the way I played. That's the way I was. Obviously, there's going to be a period of time where you're not going to be able to touch the ball if you're on vacation and stuff like that. But, I always brought my soccer ball everywhere I went. So, and my goalie gloves. All right, let's get, again, seasons are going to be starting right after Labor Day weekend. Usually you get all the, clubs and youth soccer kicks off. But with that being said, we're going to jump into Serie B in Italy, of course, with Bari. Let's get this mic here out of the way a little bit. Okay. Again, they were knocked out of the first round of the Coppa Italia by Milan. And listen, they were really no match for Milan. Even though on paper they were no match, right? But although the game was a little bit close until they got that second goal, and that was it. So Milan knocks out Bari, Coppa Italia once again. Bari early exit in Coppa Italia. So week one, Venezia Bari. Again, I mean, where's the goal scoring? Who's scoring goals? Where is it coming from? Venezia just looked so much more overpowering, so I think, it's only one game, but it looks like Venezia is going to be fighting for the top spot in Serie B this year and maybe get back to Serie A. But Body, it's the same old story. What is going on with Body? I mean, when are we going to finally put a team together that's going to fight for the top spot? I don't want to just get into the playoffs. I don't want that. I want to win Serie B, okay, like we did back, I think maybe 2009. Might have been the last time we did that. But of course, I'll take a playoff win. But we don't know what happens. The playoffs is a tough road. All right, in Serie B. But I mean, I'm really lost for words. Body, get it together. Really, it's embarrassing. It's a total mess. They lost 2-1 first game. All right, the next game is Monza. Again, a team that just came from Serie A. Maybe they're in a rebuild kind of phase that the Body could catch them and get the 3 points. You got to win this next. You don't want to go 0-2, really, to start the season 0-2. Well, like, here we go again, right? Let's take a quick look at their schedule for September. Modena, week 3. And let me tell you something. I was watching highlights of the Palermo home opener. I mean, I don't know. I don't know their players, to be honest with you. I haven't checked their roster. I could do it now, but I won't. But I think it's because of their coach. So now they signed Inzaghi, okay, which if you know Inzaghi, he was a great player with Milan. And he's got that whole town, whole city, Palermo, fired up. We'll just say fired up. So they won their first game. And we played them in week 4. All right. So it's going to be not going to be easy. I can tell you that right now. Body's got to find some goal scoring. Who's going to score goals for Body? All right. So we got Palermo, there's Sampdoria, which had a tough season last year in Serie B. So I don't anticipate anything with that game. It could be a toss up. All right. So I'm not going to go down through the whole schedule. So only 1 week in Serie B. Body, not happy with, of course. You lost the game on the road. But let's bounce back and get the 3 points in week 2. And then you kind of like stabilize, the season early on. You got to win, you got to lose, okay? And then we'll just build from that. Continue to build. That's what life is all about. You want to build. You're building in sports. You're building life. You're building relationships. So you want to continue to build. Let's get the 3 points, Body. We're going to move on for you because you only played 1 game, well, actually 2, counting the Coppa Italia. We got a long way to go with Serie B. All right, so let's quickly bounce over to, let's go to Serie A because they also, I believe, they only played 1 game also. So let's see if I can pull up the Serie A standings here. If not, we will get back to them. I have to just continue to look here for Serie A. Let me take a look. Yeah, I don't have them on my list right now. But you know what? We'll come back. We'll come back to it, and we'll get back to Serie A. They're only. I believe it's only 1 week that they're in. So let's continue on here. Of course, we got the MLS season right now winding down. Let me see if I can pull up. Yeah, let's pull up this. I got some highlights on a couple of games from the MLS. And, of course, we got the Nations League now during the final. I believe it's Miami, of course. What a shocker, right? Miami and Seattle playing for the final in the Nations League. So, not the Nations League. Let's take a quick look here. We got to take care of this phone situation here. All right, let's take a look at the MLS right now. Philadelphia is on top. I mean, shockingly, they've been consistent. So, as far as NYC, we haven't seen them. I'm going to check the schedule to see if we played them. It's been a while since NYC played them, so I haven't really seen Philly play. But they're in first place in the Eastern Conference right now. They are at 54 points, which is best in the league. All right, so they're the number 1 team, Supporters Shield, as of this moment. Philadelphia. Then we got Cincinnati sitting in second place with 52, so there's a battle there. And Nashville's got 50. So, and then you got Charlotte, number 4, Orlando 5. Miami's not having a great regular season, but they're playing well in the tournament. Obviously, they're in the final. And then we have Columbus, NYC sitting at number 8, which they have 2 games in hand on a lot of teams. So NYCFC right now, as you can see the logo on the back there, right? They're in great position with the 2 games in hand, and they're right now in the 8th spot. So let's see if they take advantage of that. They've won the last couple of games. The Red Bulls are in the 9th spot, right? I believe that's the last playoff spot. So, and then we got Chicago at number 10, New England 11. Those teams look to be out of it with 31 points. So the Red Bulls are at 39. NYC's got 44. And you know what? If I'm NYCFC, you're looking at Orlando. Actually, no, you're looking at Charlotte. So NYC actually has a shot to climb the standings all the way up to the 4th spot. All right, and that's going to give them home field. And you always want home field advantage in the playoffs, that's for sure. So let's take a quick look to see if New York plays against Philly the remainder of the season. Let's take a look there. Next game is going to be against DC, another winnable game for NYC. All right, let's look into September. What do we got going on for this month? Nope, we don't have Philly. We've got Chicago, Columbus, Charlotte, Miami. That's going to be a big one. On September 24, NYC and Miami. That's going to be played in New York. Let's see if we can find out which stadium, because as we know right now, we're sharing 2 stadiums. Let's take a look if they have it listed here. It looks like it's going to be Yankee Stadium, which I like better than Citi Field. So, okay, let's take a look here in October. All right, so NYC does have Philadelphia on the schedule for October 4th. So that's going to be an interesting game. You know, we got the Supporters Shield, the leaders in Supporters Shield versus NYC up-and-coming team right now. All right, and then they finish off the season with Seattle. All right, I mean, the Red Bulls have struggled a bit here. Let's take a look at their schedule here real quick. Let's take a look at their last few games. So the Red Bulls, they beat Salt Lake 2-1, right, early August, and then Philadelphia knocks them out of I believe that's the U.S. Open Cup. And then the Red Bulls play Philadelphia again. It's like a back-to-back situation, and they beat Philadelphia 1-0. All right, that was for the MLS regular season. And then they lost to Charlotte. Red Bulls lose to Charlotte 1-0 in Charlotte. And now the next game is going to be against Columbus. So that's a tough game against Columbus also. Let's see what their schedule looks like in September. You got Portland, Montreal, and NYC. Definitely 2 winnable games for them, Portland and Montreal. NYCFC must win that game, and you don't want to lose. You never want to lose to your rival. All right, then they play Cincinnati and Columbus to finish off the season in October. So that being said, we got some video clips we're gonna play. I'm gonna play right now from the MLS games. I have 3 of them. Let's start with the first one. This is going to be. Let's take a quick look at.
That's tied for most in Major League Soccer. The struggle for the Red Bulls on the road has been real. Only 1 win in 13 games.
Charlotte FC have won 6 games in a row. Can they make it 7? Or will the New York Red Bulls make things a little bit tighter? Nathan Byrne over to Kerwin Vargas. Westwood. Byrne. Bronico. Tries to draw a penalty. He does! 6 minutes in, Charlotte going to the spot.
Well, the initial look was, it looked like Raheem Edwards didn't get a touch of Grant Bronico, but that is a great look there. Left foot coming in late when he announces it to the public. Here in Charlotte, here you go.
Here's the decision.
After review, the attacker initiates the contact. No penalty, final decision. Draw ball.
Kalina goes down to make the save. Edelman, not a big goal scorer for the Red Bulls. 30th minute now, just one shot in the first 30 minutes. It was Edelman's from distance a moment ago. Neither team seems to have really kind of found their rhythm. What do New York and Charlotte need to do?
I think New York's been the better team, quite honestly, for the game plan, and yet, as I say that, bad giveaway.
Here's Toklamani running at Ayla, has Vargas to his right. Vargas is forward. Vargas scores!
Unreal.
Nothing for 30 minutes, and just like that, Dean Smith's Charlotte FC take the lead. Kerwin Vargas makes it 1-0.
And New York's been the better team. They came in here to make it difficult for Charlotte at home. Away from Sofo right here at midfield. Toklamani one-on-one. Now you've got Vargas, Zaha, dynamism, pace in a variety of ways. An absolute gift against the run of play. And yet this is what Charlotte has done. 6 games in a row they've won. A gift from the Red Bulls. Now they're up 1-0 at home against the run of play in a massive game in the Eastern Conference. Good finish from Vargas. Better celebration.
And now it's Forsberg. Drives it low and right at Kalina. Edwards did well to step on.
He's asking a lot of Ayla and Dylan Nealis when the ball's at their feet.
Made its way to Forsberg. Tofelum has played it into Choupo-Moting. He lets it run across, slides it to Edwards. Edwards drives it right at Kalina, spills it, but gets back on it.
Well, this is right after this play. You can see Toffolo at the bottom of your screen, which you and I then realize Jordi Alba does what he wants to do.
Direct for Choupo-Moting, holding off Malanda.
Play.
Leaving it, Carmona!
Oh, my goodness.
Just wide.
It's when it comes to hold-up play. Direct ball, bring it down, then hold it up, but then have the composure to find the right pass. But then the pass has to be hit at the pace that the player can hit it first time. Textbook target play from Choupo. And what it's been under Sandro Schwartz this year. Because even just winning one, they still could have made it difficult for the home teams and put them under pressure and scored goals. Oh, great.
Parker down. Toklamani is in. Eden Toklamani is saved by Cornell.
Toklamani has scored goals. He has also shown the ability to play in wide areas. He is using the pace, running right by Tim Parker, where Tim Parker's not very comfortable chasing players into the channels. And he looks up and it's just him and Cornell. And oftentimes you want to hit this low and hard.
Zaha into Westwood. Edwards clipping it. Malanda heads it. Zaha, Goncourt steps up. Edwards on his left, drives it over. Christian Kalina tasked with making it difficult for the Charlotte goalkeeper on this corner. But Edwards will take into the near post.
Oh my goodness!
Hit the post! Hit the crossbar!
Would it be for the kind of game that you and I have sat here and watched, where now Charlotte would gift the New York Red Bulls the tying goal? Kalina's got to do it.
Seattle Sporting Kansas City coming up on MLS Season Pass after this match. Here's Choupo-Moting now. Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting into the middle. Oh, Bogac seems surprised. Edwards, still Edwards, and across Kalina, what a touch! Getting down quick and keeping that ball. Their 15th win of the season, which would be the new single-season club record for Charlotte in just their 4th year in Major League Soccer. As Hall cuts inside, now Choupo-Moting, still time for New York. Serge Goma across!
Oh my goodness!
Forsberg puts it over!
15 years the New York Red Bulls have made the playoffs. 15 years straight. They made MLS Cup last season. And yet this year, it's been a difficult time. Yes, they have more points, but only 8 goals scored in 14 games on the road. Forsberg off his shoulder, and the Red Bulls lose.
That was the final moment of this match. It's over in Charlotte. Charlotte FC win their 7th straight game, their club record 15th of the year.
there you go. I mean, you heard it right there. All the chances that they missed. I mean, that game could have gone either way. Maybe even a draw, but they had chances. They just couldn't bury it. And that was a great goal that they scored on Charlotte. But unbelievable. All right, before we go on with the MLS highlights, I got the Serie A standings. Let's just go over it because it's only 1 week. All right, week one. But the shocker for week one, I think, is Milan losing to Cremonese, Serie B team. A team that just came up from Serie B. They lost 2-1, Milan. So looks like, although Milan beat Bari, they lost to Cremonese. So the struggles continue, I think, for Milan. They should have never lost this game. It is what it is. Long way to go, obviously. Roma 1, Bologna 0, match day 1 here, Serie A. Genoa, Lecce 0-0, and Napoli's doing their thing, defending champions, taking care of Sassuolo 2-0. The Sunday games was Juventus 2, Parma 0, Calgary, Fiorentina tied at 1, Como 2, Lazio 0. That's another shocker. Not as much as the Milan, but Lazio, what is going on with Lazio? And they have some good scoring plays. Castellanos is one of them. But they get shut out in the season opener. Atlanta, Pisa 1-1. Good for Pisa coming up from Serie B. Good for them. In the Monday games, we had, of course, Inter Milan, who just pretty much gave away Serie A championship last season. And, of course, they lost in the final of the Champions League. But they bounced back here quickly, 5-0 over Torino. Maybe making like a statement type of game. Udinese, Verona 1-1. They were tied at 1. So that's it. Week one, long way to go. European soccer clubs are now underway. So let's get back to the MLS. I'm going to also we're going to go through the Western Conference standings. Let's take a look at the West. We went through the East. So the West, San Diego, shockingly, again, they're 53 points in first place in the West, followed by Minnesota. Surprisingly, Minnesota, right? 50 points. They were a game behind San Diego. Then you got Vancouver, who started off kind of hot and then just came down a little bit, came down to earth a little bit. But they're third in the West with 49 points. Seattle, who was in the final against Miami, and they're at 44 points in fourth place. LAFC, 41. Portland, 38. Colorado, 36. San Jose, 35. Tied with Austin, Texas. Austin, we'll call them Austin, 35 points. And Real is in 10th place right now, out of a playoff spot. 31 points at 4 points out. Then you got Dallas 30, 29, Houston, KC with 24, St. Louis 21, and of course the defending champions LA Galaxy at the bottom of the league with 19 points. The bottom of the league, the worst point production at this point at MLS. Just a year ago they won the MLS Cup. So, all right, there's your standings for the MLS. We'll get back to highlight number 2. Let's do some work here to remove a couple things here. All right, let's take a look at this highlight here.
Getting second start, new DP, new signing Nico Fernandez on that right-hand side. Take some of the responsibility, Morales, to complement Hans Wolf.
All eyes on Victor Rivas. He blows the whistle and we are underway. He's FC Cincinnati in the dark blue and orange. Attacking from left to right. Long ball forward, immediately looking to that left-hand side. They wished him well. Alonso Martinez driving down the middle, waiting for support. It arrives with Maxi Morales. Dennis Wolf trying to go inside, does well, goes for goal, big save. Celentano got down very quickly, one-handed stop.
The biggest growth marker for Hannes Wolf has been his goal production. The way that he's been able to finish off plays on a more consistent...
A lot of people suggesting that was Cincinnati putting all the chips on the table, moving them in. All in on this season. Evander going to go for goal from distance, and it's spilled by Freeze. Didn't look comfortable with it. Luckily for him, nobody following in. Nick Hagland. Evander drives through two, going to go for goal again, and it's a good save. Freeze had to get across quickly. The bird's eye view for the goalkeeper.
But it's just how it just shows you the elusiveness first and foremost.
Luka. Martins. Hack, a great story who came through the NYC Academy system. She won a title at the US Soccer Development Academy level. Long range hit here! Off the post from Alonso Martinez. Quite sure if Celentano got a touch to that or not, but that was a fierce hit.
And this is how quickly the game can change. Pereira does a good job of advancing the ball forward, but when that ball gets turned over by Anunga, look how quick Alonso Martinez.
Hal just forced to dribble inside, not what he wanted to do. Lovely ball, lovely touch. Then Kane, now it opens up. Echenike, he's got the pace. Can he get beyond the last defender? Called effort well wide. Looked like he had a direct run to goal. He came back on his left foot. Kenji Mbomedem just trying to run into space, but doubled up quickly by Hannes Wolf, who really does his defensive work. Get the ball away here, though. Kenji Mbomedem back in for Evander. Been quiet since an early flurry. Ball back across, volleyed, and Freeze with a comfortable save. Almost felt uncomfortable hitting that.
There's plenty of time. There's plenty of time.
Engel in for Anunga. Yazga. Alonso Martinez trying to track this one down. You get the sense he's just waiting for that one chance. It might appear here. Alonso Martinez gets in behind. Celentano comes out. What a finish! Absolutely clinical from NYC's top marksman.
Where the ball turned over in transition and Cincinnati were able to make up for their mistake. This time, what a great ball from Aiden O'Neill. Forward thinking, he breaks lines, he exposes the mistakes, and once you get Maxi Morales on a half turn with space in behind, the pace of Alonso Martinez to get in beyond the defenders, to get that control.
Ojeda, Fernandez trying to create a yard, plays that ball in behind, the one-handed save, and Alonso Martinez just couldn't get on the rebound. Maxi Morales with the really quick backlift to get that shot off, and now the flag goes up.
How crafty are NYC, by the way? I mean, some of this football is just so sharp, playing in tight spaces, so intricate. But the first ball that opens up that game is that ball, that blind ball behind for Maxi Morales. This is great from NYC defensively. You see what I'm talking about? Where Evander's dropping deeper because he has to.
Fernandez Mercado driving forward, and another save for Celentano. The changes have almost made Cincinnati look more disorganized than we saw Matt Miazga. Then playing that one out wide. Engel. Denke pulls that one back to the edge of the box. Dano Valenzuela, that was the best chance we've seen in the second half for Cincinnati. Didn't make the contact he wanted. Comfortable in the end for Matt Freeze. Fernandez Mercal.
Such an underrated trait from Justin Hack. Finish that in a second.
And ball played in behind for Tavon Gray. The cross, and it should have been a second goal. How does that stay out? Miazga dropping deeper than everybody else as well. William Fernandez making a run in behind. Tries to get that ball from Fernandez Macau. He continues his run. Martinez goes for goal, and the save from Celentano. Evander, the lofted one. Valenzuela, good save. Just a flick header from Valenzuela, and Freeze got across quickly.
Valenzuela does incredibly well. This ball doesn't have much pace on it. It's far from goal, but look at the snap of the neck.
Evander, another set piece delivered out. Engel ends it right back up in the air. Victor Rivas taking a look at his watch. That is the final whistle. Second straight game at TQL where Cincinnati have struggled in front.
I mean,
Now he's playing as an 8. Watch.
that's an unbelievable. Let me just fix it up. It's an unbelievable job by NYC going down to Cincinnati, the number 2 seed right now in the Eastern Conference, and getting a a 1-0 win. I mean, it's a shutout, right? So let me just do some work here. Make sure this is good. Remove this one from the studio. Okay. So great job at NYC. You know what? I found highlights of the body match versus Venezia. I'm going to play that next, and then we'll continue with the last highlight of the MLS, and then we'll jump into the NWSL and check out the Women's League and see what's going on with them. I also have a couple other clips that I want to play. But, also another reminder as we're halfway through the show, I'm going to be, again, giving out any soccer equipment needed for any youth player. I'll post that on my page. Again, if you're playing soccer and you need equipment, cleats, soccer balls, whatever the case may be, uniforms you should get from the club. But anything that's needed for playing soccer, I'm going to make sure that child has what they need. All right, so let's get to this highlight that I missed earlier, but we're going to play it now. There you have it. I mean, that goal should have never happened, and you saw that in the last second, the body hit the crossbar to try almost tie this game. So they were kind of in it, but still, you should never, ever give up a goal from 30 yards out or so like that. Crazy. So anyway, let's move on. I just found that clip there, so I decided to play it. Let's remove it from the studio now. That's gone. All right, so we got one more MLS, and then we'll jump into the NWSL. How does that ball not go in? Amazing. Hits both goal posts and doesn't cross the line. It's crazy. All right, well, there you go. I mean, Miami's in the final. I mean, that was a quarterfinal game, but still, they won their semifinals and they're in. I mean, with a little bit of help, in my opinion, from the referees, but we won't say that too loud. Shh. So Miami, once again, defending champs, all right, in that tournament. So they're going to go back and try to defend that title. Okay, so with that being said, let's remove that one from the studio. We're going to go down. We have about maybe 12, 11 minutes left to go. So let's touch on the and this wasn't purposely where we're going to go over this just the NWSL last, but let's take a look at the standings because this season is also winding down just like the MLS. So we have a playoff push going on in the Women's League. Kansas City, consistent, just like Philadelphia was on the MLS. 43 points, 14 wins, 1 draw, but only 2 losses. And we have Washington sitting in second place with 31 points. So essentially, I mean, Kansas City already won the Supporters' Shield. 43 points, they're sitting on top. Washington with 31. So, but is that a good thing now? How many teams have won both the Supporters' Shield and the MLL, or in this case, the NWSL championship? So, we will see what happens, in the days to come here, in a couple of weeks, as far as when the playoffs get underway. Washington second place, San Diego in third, Orlando fourth, Portland in fifth, Seattle in sixth. What's shocking right now, I believe, and Louisville in seventh is Gotham. Gotham has sunk down. Let's take a look at their record: 5 wins, 6 draws with 6 losses. The problem is, 6 ties. That is going to be second most ties in the league. So every time you tie, and we talked about this in previous shows, that a tie is like a loss, right? Because you're losing 2 points. When you tie a game, you're dropping points, right? So, and they have the second most ties. Right, Chicago's got 7. They have 6. So the second most in the league, again, which is not a good thing. So Gotham needs to make a push here. Let's take a look at their remaining schedule here. All right, they're playing Orlando, which is not going to be an easy game. All right, so then we have, let's see what's going on here. Okay. Excuse me on that one. So they have Orlando, LA. Okay, I mean, that team, that's a winnable game. Then they're playing San Diego, which is in third place. And then they got Bay FC and Portland. So a couple of winnable games, but I just don't like, their goaltending. I think it's a little erratic at times. But and also, don't forget the team didn't, make some changes coming in. It's not the same exact team when they won the championship. So Gotham's got some work to do. They're actually, I think it's the top 6 that make it. Yeah, they're right now they're in 8, so they're out of the playoffs at the moment. 21 points, so they have to reach 26. Orlando's got 28, so it's not something that they can't accomplish. They just have to go on a little bit of a run, maybe win 2, 3 games in a row, and you're right back in the mix of things as far as the playoff picture looks. Okay, so that being said, before we shut down, we close out the show. I always have some video clips, a couple more clips, play-by-play that I do. But before we do that, let me show you a clip. President Trump has been very open about soccer. Apparently, his youngest son, is a big soccer fan. So is he. And we see him at Life Stadium during the World Cup, the Club World Cup games. So let's take a look at this quick video. We'll be right back. Yeah, that's not the one I wanted, but it's okay. We'll get to the video clip right now. Here we go.
You are watching the Staten Soccer Report, and don't forget Monday Live.
Okay, we have Pace
Game tied at 2, dealing with the ball at midfield. He takes a long-range shot. It's like a Hail Mary, and it's going to go in. Oh, baby, what a goal. With 1 second left on the clock. It's 3-2 Stanford. Oh, baby, what a goal.
You are watching the Staten Soccer Report. And don't forget, Monday Live.
You're watching the Staten Island Soccer Report. And don't forget, Monday Live with your host, Giancarlo Duca.
Corner kick, Cosmos. Had a Kinali save! And it's cleared out of the box. Oh, what a save! Okay, here's the chip ball. Back into the box. For Jojo. He's got the ball. He shoots. Score! Jojo Quinalia ties the game at 1. Oh, baby, what a goal!
You are watching the Staten Island Soccer Report. And don't forget, Monday Live.
Okay, we got pace. Game tied at 2, dealing with the ball at midfield. He takes a long-range shot. It's like a Hail Mary, and it's going to go in. Oh, baby, what a goal. With 1 second left on the clock. It's 3-2 Stanford. Oh, baby, what a goal.
You are watching the Staten Island Soccer Report. And don't forget, Monday Live.
You're watching the Staten Island Soccer Report. And don't forget, Monday Live with your host, Giancarlo Duca.
Corner kick, Cosmos. Had a Kinali save! It's cleared out of the box. Oh, what a save! Okay, here's the chip ball. Back into the box. For Jojo. He's got the ball. He shoots. Score! Jojo Quinalia ties the game at 1. Oh, baby, what a goal. Let me tell you, I mean, Jojo Quinalia, I mean, one of the greatest goal scorers in the game. I'm going to say in the game, one of the greatest ever to score goals. Always around the net, and found a way to just poke it, get the ball in the net. It doesn't matter how you get it. Let it hit any part of your body. Just get it in the net. Not only did he score, I think he's still the leading goal scorer for American soccer, but I'm not quite sure on that, but I have to look that up. But also, yeah, he has the perfect name, Giorgio Quinalia. I mean, come on, that's just that fits perfect, So, all right. So that being said, we're going to wind down here. We got about a couple minutes to go. Again, I'm going to be posting on my follow. If you're not following, check out the Staten Island Soccer Report Facebook page. Right, I'm going to put a post on there as far as the giving away for youth players any equipment that they need. I will make sure you have it. Okay, my team and I are going to be giving out soccer balls as soon as the season kicks off. We're just going to go randomly to the fields and just hand out soccer balls to kids. So that's part of giving back, and this is what we do here at the Staten Island Soccer Report. So stay tuned for that. And if you see anyone coming up to you, wants to hand you a soccer ball, just take the ball. I mean, I'm going to also order some hoodies. We have to the breast cancer awareness, most likely, the pink hoodies. That's going to be coming around soon. I'll announce that on the next show. And we're going to just give out hoodies to anybody. Again, same thing. It's all about giving back and keeping this beautiful game going. All right, so we have one more clip that we want to play. This is the one I wanted to play. Well, it should always be the last one. Again, Donald Trump having the FIFA president in the White House recently. and they announced that they're going to do a draw at the Kennedy Center, which is great. Great idea. All right, so here we go. Check this out. Right, how do you not get, let's remove that. How do you not get excited for that one, right? That's a great one. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next show. Remember, respect the game always. Ciao, ciao for now.
Going to wrap up the show. Thank you again for watching. Stay tuned for another Staten Island Soccer Report in about 30 days.
Hey, Johnny Talk, everybody listens.